Can you hold Alice's hand? If I had the kids at home while I was trying to teach online, there wouldn't be much work happening.
Nadine Dunstan is dropping her 2 girls off at Childcare. She's an essential worker teaching maths to high school students online.
Can you put it away?
Unlike schools, most childcare and early learning centres have stayed open during the coronavirus crisis.
How was your weekend?
You had a good weekend, didn't you?
Are you feeling all good? No fevers?
I think no fevers this morning.
But as the virus and fear spread in March, parents started withdrawing their kids from centres like Little Bees in inner Sydney, the loss of enrolments leaving many on the brink of collapse.
Right up to your chin.
In early March, we saw a 30% drop-off of children attending. Our parents were quite concerned. The next week, it was actually 60% drop-off. We were really quite nervous that we could have been closing our doors within a few weeks.
The sector was in dire straits by early April, so the Morrison government stepped in with a relief package scrapping the current funding system. Now providers are receiving payments for half of their fee revenue based on a capped hourly rate, which is designed to go together with the JobKeeper wage subsidy to keep existing staff. And they are banned from charging fees, making childcare free but leaving some centres struggling.
It was a huge relief for us. My husband had just been given a 20% pay cut.
It's called coronavirus, is a big word.
Little Bees is a new centre that's been operating for 2 years and was only just breaking even before the pandemic hit. Now they're losing an unsustainable amount of money, mainly because many of their staff who are casual or on visas aren't eligible for the JobKeeper subsidy.
With the loss of $25,000 a month, we don't know how long we can sustain that for, which still makes me very nervous about the future of the service.
The early childhood sector in Australia has over 70% part-time and casual workers. For services that do employ a lot of those workers, they're also not able to access JobKeeper in the same way to support their staff's wages. So those are the ones that are still going down to the wire financially.
Figures provided by the Education Department show most childcare services are open, but hundreds around the country remain closed. The department has received almost 860 applications for emergency funding, called an exceptional circumstances payment. So far, around 100 services have been approved.
We think that 96% of services providing that important care, given where we were 4 weeks ago, is a very good outcome.
So we were just going along as per usual, and then when the government announced their relief package, it came as a bit of a shock really.
Ingrid Hutton has owned this early learning centre in Brisbane South for 15 years. She says her centre is worse off after the relief package slashed her revenue, so she's reduced staff hours and is asking parents to supply food and nappies.
I expect that we're going to be losing around about at least 30% of our income. Once the JobKeeper comes along, that will help.
Turn it around.
At this Sydney centre, Karen Stern's 2-year-old son Zachary receives extra support to help with a learning difficulty. But Zach's attendance has been cut back by up to 2 days per week as the centre struggles with less funding under the relief package.
We've worked really, really hard to get him where he is, and if he drops to say 1 day a week, it's going to be like we have to start all over again.
They had to lay off a whole lot of staff, so they still have to maintain their ratios, but they can't employ any casual staff. They can't have kids now like Zachary on extra days.
Okay, come.
Karen is juggling part-time work while doing her best to maintain her son's development at home.
It's very difficult. He hasn't got very much attention span at all.
I would say to Karen, please get in touch with either the Department of Education or with my office because we would like to try and help you.
Some centres are now limiting the number of children who attend in order to survive.
we can't go past a certain amount of children because of the funding to the staffing. So even though we're licensed for 80 children, we can't actually take any more than 38 a day.
We've had to calibrate this.
Education Minister Dan Tehan believes while the new system is working well overall, there have been some unintended consequences. Last week, the Minister extended access to exceptional circumstances payments for family daycare providers who can't access JobKeeper. A review is underway, which could result in further access to exceptional circumstances payments being granted.
The package was designed to be calibrated with JobKeeper, so where those services can't have a number of their workers eligible for JobKeeper, then that's something we definitely want to review.
We're hopeful that we will continue here, but we just don't know what assurances that we're going to have in the future.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 7:30's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.